As you have seen in the previous class, the basic ideas behind the electricity. Okay, we have seen the different components there. Okay, now in this class we are going to see about resistance. In the last class we have seen about Ohm's law, but in this class we'll take little further on resistance. Okay, what Ohm's law states that the current in the circuit is directly proportional to the potential difference between the terminals. Okay, unless and until there is a physical change or change in temperature. And if there is a change in temperature, what will happen? There will be a change in resistance. So the topic here is effect of temperature on resistance. So what effects can be done? Okay, so if there is a change in temperature, how it is going to affect the resistance? And if a resistance is changing, that means there is a change, there is some kind of change in the temperature. For that one we are taking this formula: R T degree centigrade is equal to R at 0 degree centigrade into 1 plus alpha T. Okay, so here this RTC is the resistance at T degree centigrade, and R 0 degree is resistance at 0 degree centigrade, and here alpha is temperature coefficient of resistance, and T here is the temperature difference, you can say, when the temperature is at 0, when the initial temperature is 0. Temperature difference, initial temperature at 0 degree. Okay, now we will see here temperature coefficient of resistance, that is alpha. So the formula for alpha is delta R by R into delta T. Here delta R is change in resistance, by R is the initial resistance. Okay, and delta T is the change in temperature. Okay, now with the basic example we are going to solve this problem. If a problem is given like that, okay, for T1 degree, that is 10 degree centigrade, R1 is 20 ohm, and for T2 degree, that is 15 degree centigrade, you can take, and R2 is equal to 25 ohm. Okay, you have to find the temperature coefficient of resistance. Alpha is equal to change in resistance, that is 25 minus 20 by, that is initial resistance, that is R1 20 ohm, into change in temperature, that is 15 minus 10, 5 by 20 into 5, which is equal to 1 by 20, and that implies 0.05. This is the temperature coefficient of resistance. Based on this formula, here you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters are there. So any 3 parameters can be given in exam. You have to find the 4 parameters. Sometimes the coefficient of resistance is given. You have to find the change in temperature, or you have to find the change in resistance. So it can be anything. Okay. So the important note here is there is a resistance increases if there is an increase in temperature. Okay. Resistance increases with increase in temperature. Okay. Now the another topic here is representations of representation of electric circuit with physical parameter, or you can say components. Okay, so we'll draw a basic circuit here. We'll start with a bulb. Okay, and here what we will do, we'll add an ammeter here. Ammeter should be added in series. Okay, what about voltmeter? Then voltmeter should be added in parallel. And this ammeter is connected to a fixed resistance, as you have seen in the last video how the fixed resistance symbol is drawn. This is given to the positive terminal of the source. Here is the battery source, and the negative terminal. And from the left side of the bulb, you can draw to the variable resistance, or you can say a rheostat. It's given like this. And between that you can draw a switch here. And what you can do, you can add a voltmeter parallel to bulb. Okay, the voltmeter should be parallel. Then we will do the naming convention here. This name is resistance, fixed resistor, voltage source, that is battery or cell. Here is the switch, or you can also say key, and this is the rheostat or variable resistance or voltage regulator. Okay, now this A here is the ammeter. Now before coming to the ammeter, we'll see about some details about voltage regulator. This voltage regulator, for an best example, you can take as a regulator for your fan. How you can change the speed of the fan with the help of a regulator? That is nothing but, okay, it's a resistor wire inside it. Okay, so depending upon the speed, the resistance decreases. Okay, the less the number, the more the resistance. As you can see, here is the 0. You can take as a 0. That's a big resistance. That means there is a no input of current. But whereas at 1, the resistance decreases here. Okay, as you can go for the 2 speed, again the resistance decreases a little bit more. For 3, again the resistance decreases. So whatever you are getting 220 volt. So 220 volt is divided into this 5. Okay, 4 and 5. Whereas coming to the 5th speed, the resistance is decreased totally. Whereas at 4, you are having only this much resistance. Based on that, the speed of the fan is controlled. This is called as a voltage regulator, or you can also say as a variable resistance or a rheostat. Fine. Here what you have seen the ammeter is connected in series. There is a voltmeter which is used to measure the potential difference or potential between the 2 points, is connected in parallel. Now what we'll see, we have seen the topic like series and parallel. We'll discuss a little more on this topic, series and parallel. Series and parallel, there is a combination of resistance in both series and parallel. Name of the topic is combination of resistance in both series and parallel. You can also say in capacitor, okay, how the combination is take place, but it is totally different when compared to resistance. Right now we are only dealing with the resistance, and the first we are going to take about the series one. series combination. This is very easy and you can easily score in this topic. Okay, series combination is nothing but like there is a resistance, for example, two resistance you have taken. They are both connected in series, that is line by line, adjacent to one by other. Okay, if there is a line, the students are standing in series, whereas in parallel combination it will be like this. Okay, so with the inputs are joined for both the in parallel, whereas in series the output of first one will be the input of the second one. Okay, that comes under the series. We'll draw a circuit here. This is R1, this is R2. They are both connected to a cell, a switch. Okay, we'll do the naming here. Here the battery is volt and here the switch is K, R1 and R2. As you already know, the current travels from positive to negative. Okay, the conventional direction for the current is positive to negative and electrons travel from negative to positive. And here what we have seen, this is the point for where R1 and here point for R2 will start and here it will end. The point here is the current doesn't drop if the resistance is in series. Okay, there is no drop in current, but there is a change in voltage. The voltage will get dropped. So here the voltage drops and in current there is no drop. Okay, you can, for understanding, just for understanding sake, you can take a river flow is going on. If there is a hole in some between, there is some water will get dropped, but the flow of current will be continuous. Okay, so the current, the flow of river water current will goes on, but there is a decrease in voltage because the water will get dropped from the hole. So whatever current you are getting here, same current will be there here at input of the R2, but whatever voltage you are getting here at the beginning of the R1, there will be change in the beginning of the R2. The same it will change after the output of the R2. So just remember, the current in series, there is no drop, but there is a voltage drop is there in resistance. Here V is the potential difference. So as you can say, there is a voltage drop. Okay, so what will be the total V is equal to the whatever the voltage you are dropping in the circuit. So whatever you drop here and whatever if you dropped here, if you combine both the voltages, you will get the battery source, the total voltage. So you can write like this: V equals V1 plus V2. Okay, so you can elaborate now. As you, with the help of Ohm's law, V is equal to IR is equal to I R1. As we are using V1, it will be R1, and for V2 it will be I R2. There is a no drop in current, means the current is same in throughout the circuit. So here I is same, you can cancel R, and this R will become RS here because we are using series. So it will be RS is equal to R1 plus R2. See, it's very simple here. Okay, R1 plus R2. So this is the formula for resistance in series. So based on the Ohm's formula, we can know that V is directly proportional, V is equal to IR, but here I is same. So here voltage is depend upon the resistance. So whatever the resistance is there, there will be change in voltage. Whatever the voltage is there will be change in resistance. Okay, so according to the Ohm's law, here V is directly proportional to resistance here. Okay, you can write this as a note. Potential drop is directly proportional to resistance. Now, based on the above concept, we are going to solve one problem. We'll draw one resistance circuit here. Here R1 is 2 ohm, R2 is equal to, you can take as a 3 ohm, V1, V2. Here what voltage source we are giving here is 15 ohm. Okay. Now the questions come here is, you have to find the voltage of this R1 circuit, of the R1 resistance, and the voltage drop at R2 resistance. So to find that one, we have to find the current first. Okay, because current is same throughout the circuit here. Okay, so for that one, to find the current, we are having resistance here and voltage. Based on this, we can find the resistance through Ohm's law. V is equal to IRS. Okay, so we know V, we know RS. Now first we will find RS here. RS, as we are using in series, these both resistance can be added. RS is equal to R1 plus R2. R1 is 2 ohm, R1 is 2 ohm, R2 is 3 ohm. You will get 5 ohm here. Okay, now you can find the current. I is equal to, voltage is 15. Sorry, here is 15 volt. by RS, 5. So you will get 3 ampere. Okay. Now you can easily find V1 and V2. For V1 is equal to I R1, which is equal to 3 into R1 is 2. You will get 6 volt. And for V2, I R2, 3 into 3, you will get 9 ohm. Okay, you got V1 and V2. You can cross verify it. Okay, that what you have done is correct or not. As you can see here, the total voltage potential difference here is 15 volt, and if you add both V1 and V2, you should get 15. Okay, it won't come less than 15 or more than 15. If it is getting less than 15 or more than 15, that means there is problem. There is a mistake in your solution. So you can cross verify your method by comparing it with the total voltage. Okay, now this is for the basic calculation, and there is an advanced method. Okay, what if you don't, what if in the question it is given only to find V1 not V2? Okay, so you can also do that, but this method is only for your information. It's only for advanced level, not for school level. We'll take the same question here. As you already know, V is equal to V1 plus V2, but we have to find only V1. Okay, and the V2 is not given. So how you can do that? As you already know that I is equal to V1 by R1 is equal to V2 by R2. Okay, because the current is same at V1 by R1 also, current is same, at V2 by R2 the current is same. So you can both equate this equation, and from this one we can easily say that V2 is equal to V1 R2 by R1. Okay, now substitute this value in the previous equation. V1 plus V1 into R2 by R1. Now take V1 term common, 1 plus R2 by R1, and here V1 is equal to V1 into R1 plus R2 by R1. This is what the potential difference is equal to. Now you can write this as V1, just cross multiply V1 then V into R1 by R1 plus R2. Okay, if in your question only we have to find the V1 and V2 is not given, and whatever is there, just with the value help of the R1 you can find the voltage of V1, or you have to find only V2 and R2 is given and R1 also, then you can easily find. You don't have to find each and every voltage drop here. So the basic formula will comes into like this: V required is equal to total voltage, or you can say V supply, into R required. Whatever we are using here, that should be same here, R required by RS. That is total resistance in series. Okay. So this is only for the advanced level, not for the school level. For school level you have to use the previous method. Okay. We have completed series resistance. Now we'll see the combination of parallel combination of resistance. We'll draw the circuit here. Okay, if you want you can add switch here. R1, R2, this is V, and as you know the convention direction for current is from positive to negative terminal. Here is I, but when current comes here, okay, it will get divided. This I here will get divided into I1, and the next branch you can say as an I2. Okay, so that again the total current will be I is equal to I1 plus I2. Okay, so this is the circuit diagram. Now based on this equation, like in the previous series we have seen V is equal to V1 plus V2, but here this all three parameters are in parallel, so that's why in parallel the voltage is same. Okay, this is parallel to this one R2 and R2 parallel to V, so they are parallel, so there is a no voltage drop, but there is a change in the current. Okay, so what we'll do here, we'll use this equation I is equal to I1 plus I2, because this current will get split and again here it will get added. Based on that equation we'll solve the parallel combination. Here I is equal to V R1, no, I is equal to V by R1 but we are using R parallel here, so V by RP is equal to I1 is equal to V by R1 plus V by R2. The voltage drop is same at this terminal. Whatever the voltage is here, the same voltage will be here. So V is same, so V will get cancelled. So 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. Now solve it. 1 by Rp is equal to R2 plus R1 by R1 R2. So cross multiply. So final Rp is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. Okay, so in parallel combination current divides. Based on that you got the parallel combination of resistance. In the last one, what we have seen, V is directly proportional to R. So if there is an increase in resistance, there is an increase in the voltage. But here I is inversely proportional to 1 by R based on Ohm law. In parallel, because V is constant, so I is inversely proportional to resistance. If there is an increase in resistance, there is a decrease in current. Now based on this concept, we will solve one problem here. Okay, so first R1 will take as a 3 ohm, R2 will take as a 6 ohm, and voltage is 18. Now what we have to find current through R1 and R2. Okay, you have to find current R1 and R2. We know the voltage, we know the resistance, you just have to find the current here. So what we will do, first we have to find the R parallel here. Rp is equal to R1 R2 by R1 plus R2, which is equal to 3 into 6 by 3 plus 6, (18 by 9). This is equal to 2. Okay, so the total resistance Rp is 2 ohm. Okay, now we have voltage here, we can find easily current. So the total current drawn is equal to I is equal to V by Rp. Voltage is 18 and R is 2, we will get 9 ampere. Okay, we have got the 9 ampere. Now the voltage will be same both here, you can easily find now. I1 is equal to V by R1, voltage is 18 and R1 is 3, you will get 6. And for I2, V by R2, 18 by 6 is equal to 3. You can cross verify your answer. If you add I1 plus I2, 6 plus 3, and what total current you have drawn is 9. So what you have done is correct. This is, you can cross verify your answer. Okay, so this is the end for the class 2. In the next video we will do some more advanced concept. And if you like my video, please press like, and thanks for being till the end. Thank you once again.